What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be showing you guys what competitive products look like and things you guys should watch out for when you are doing your product research for your very first Amazon FBA product. So the very first thing that we want to look at, I'm going to be showing you guys a product that I looked at before, and basically it's something that I feel like a lot of people need to understand, but I tried to sell these tactical flashlights, right? Now, I actually didn't jump onto it. I didn't put an initial investment, but I was really thinking about selling them because I thought they were a really cool product or something that I like, something that I thought would do well or have a lot of demand. But what you guys need to understand is that that's not how Amazon works. And you can't really just throw up a product on Amazon and expect it to sell, because everything when it comes to the market, when it comes to competition, demand, all these different things, they come into play to whether or not your product is going to sell. So when we're starting out, we don't have a brand at all. We don't have some type of brand connection or brand loyalty. So there's not going to be initial people that are going to just purchase our product just because it's a tactical flashlight. That's not how Amazon works. And on top of that, if you list this product on here, if you pull up a Jungle Scout Chrome extension, which everyone needs when they're doing product research, if you don't have it, your risk of getting onto a bad product just simply shoots straight up because you're not using a good enough tool to show you how competitive these markets are. So if you go ahead and pull up a Jungle Scout Chrome extension, as you can see, this is an example of a product that is insanely competitive. And the reason is because there's a ton of sellers, which is going to mean your product's going to be very hard to launch, and it's going to be very hard to rank for PPC unless you have tons and tons of money to invest into it. And then as you can see here, when you look at the reviews, as you can tell, the very first top 10 to 11 listings have over 1,000 reviews. They have thousands of reviews, guys. So that's something that we do not want to get onto. Now, when you see people like this, the WSKY LED Technical Flashlight doing 26,000 with only 2 reviews, don't let these type of things trick you, because these are most likely people that are trying to launch their product or they have their own brand. So if we go ahead and click on these people here, and then we can go on. One way that you guys can figure out if people have a brand or if they're like organically or legitimately getting them natural sales based off their ranking, you can click here, and then as you can tell, this person's storefront has over 3,400 reviews. So that's how you know that people look at this brand as something that they're brand loyal to. So they're going to come back and purchase products like these. So if you're trying to rank organically just by throwing up your own brand, a completely new one, and then trying to sell with only 2 reviews, you're not going to make it at all in the market like this. So when you're jumping onto any product, so let's say you thought of something really cool, like I don't know, you thought you wanted to sell clothes or you just want to sell some type of merch. It really doesn't work like that, guys. You can't just throw up any product that you want because the market solely is ran off of demand and competition. So let's say we wanted to sell something like a lot of times I talk about the Analyzer ruler. So now you can't really sell these. The profit margin is very low and there's a lot of sellers and a lot of competition. But let's say you just wanted to sell these, out of the blue. You just thought of it in your mind, or you just saw it on Amazon. That wouldn't be a good idea, something to invest into, mainly because you got to understand that with ranking and everything, how it works on Amazon, using these different tools like the Jungle Scout web app or the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, you're going to be able to figure out, how much demand there is each month. So what we're generally looking for when we're getting into products is low demand, or not low demand, high demand and low competition. Now, of course, when you look at a market like this where it seems like one guy is literally soaking up all the sales, or most of them at least, it's 218 reviews, you may think to yourself like, oh, I saw this product, the Analyzer ruler, it looks really nice, it looks really cool, I like it myself, it's something I would use. You can't just think of go into product research thinking like that, guys, because markets just simply don't work like that. You can't just sell whatever you want on Amazon and expect to make money off of it because you don't have a brand. You don't know if there's real demand for that product, and you also don't know how competitive it is. And when you're talking about products that are like this, or like a tactical flashlight, where they're very uh, they're very common key terms to use, especially tactical flashlight. On Amazon, like tons of people are searching that up because that has tons of demand, especially in the U.S. Then people, there's gonna be tons of sellers. There's gonna be too much competition, and you're not gonna be able to sell it on Amazon and make the money that you'd want to make. Now, of course, this only applies to Amazon, from what I know. Of course, when you talk about eBay and you can resell stuff, I'm not really sure how their algorithm works when it comes to a whole bunch of sellers and competition, but that's how it works for Amazon. So the best thing that you guys can do is use something like the web app, the Junk Scout web app, and really just mix it up when you do your product research. So one other thing that I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably looked at is other broad key terms that probably are very competitive, and you thought of, hey, I want to sell these. These look cool. So I don't know, maybe I'm trying to think of some common everyday item. Maybe you want to sell, um, I don't know, maybe you want to sell this thing, the universal adapter, right? You want to source some type of universal adapter from a Chinese supplier. And like I said, you can sell these things. It's just that when you're talking about trying to sell them on the Amazon Marketplace, you have to do your research first. You have to figure out if this product is actually in demand, if it actually has competition, and what is the range for those two things. So if you pull out the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, let's say, oh, I wanted to sell this product, right? It looks cool, and you pull up all these different people. Look at all these reviews, guys. There's tons and tons of people with so many reviews on this product, and there's a lot of revenue, there's a lot of demand, but there's just way too many sellers and way too many reviews. And if you guys don't know, reviews are the social proof of products, okay? So if you have more products, if you have 100 or you have 20 products on the first page that have over 100 reviews, that's a lot of social proof for them. And I use this analogy a lot when I talk about, well, I don't use it a lot. I think I use it like once or twice. But when you think about it, like if you're driving down the street and you see one restaurant that has, 10 people, or another restaurant that has 0 people, which one are you more likely to go to, right? And you see a line that's just coming out of one restaurant and the other restaurant just seems dead. The one with more people there is more social proof that the food is actually good and there's actually something going on there. So it's going to attract more people's interest, it's going to attract more people's eyes and demand. So you just have to think about that, guys, when you are doing your product research and getting your initial reviews and stuff. But this is what I wanted to talk about in this video, because because I was this way as well. Like when I first got started with Amazon, I was like, I don't care about, I didn't know anything about how the algorithm works, or how you have to find products that have high demand and low competition. And it's really not, you can't really have, I mean, you can have a passion behind the products that you sell, but probably 9 times out of 10, the products that you're going to be finding, or finding those products that are really good, you're probably not going to have any passion for them, or they're simply just not going to interest you that much, but they're going to be good products to sell. It's just those weird products that for some reason have high demand and low competition. But that's how I was starting out. Like literally, I saw the flashlight. I was like, oh, I like those things. I want to sell them, right? And but I didn't think about the demand, the amount of sellers, the competition I would have to deal with. And starting out as a new seller, that is just simply something that you want to avoid, because you're going to be winding up spending a lot of money and then time that's just going to go straight down the drain, especially if you don't know what you're doing when you're doing proper product research. But yeah, guys, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video, because I feel like this is something that a lot of new sellers, they kind of get in this whole mindset of what they want to sell or what they think is going to do well. But that's simply just not how Amazon works, especially nowadays. Maybe, you know, a decade ago, or a decade and a half ago, I forgot when Amazon actually came out. But when there wasn't that many sellers on the American marketplace, then that's probably when that type of idea or that type of mindset worked a little bit more. But for now, everything's certain products are a little bit more competitive. but that does not mean that every product that comes on is going to be completely competitive and too saturated, so that you can't jump onto it, guys. So you just have to have that mindset when you're jumping onto Amazon. So just make sure that the product that you think of, or the product that you think you want to sell, do your research first and find out if it's an actually good product or it's just something that you just thought up in your head. But that is why these tools exist, for you guys to find these amazing products. So yeah, with all that being said, make sure you guys like down below, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment on what type of videos you want to see next. And if you guys don't know, down in my description I do have different templates you guys can be using for negotiating with suppliers and organizing a very good product listing when it comes to the description and the bullet points. So I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.